morning again. Or perhaps for you it's good afternoon or good evening. Whatever. That is one of the wonders of this method of communication, is that it can come into your space at a time that suits you. I want to move into what might be regarded as slightly off-the-wall territory. Probably, and most of my audience comes out of the Judeo-Christian Islamic tradition, the three great Abrahamic religions, philosophies of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In point of fact, the other great religions of the world, like for instance the Hindu religion, share a common thread in this regard, and there's not too much difference. If we go back into the Christian Bible, which it's a remarkable book with a huge amount of power and truth, it says there right at the beginning that creation started with a declaration by God of "let there be light." And then the whole process of creation started and came into existence. I have an idea that not too many of us actually look at the implications of that declaration. Let me ask you a question. When you turn on a light and in your own small way say, "let there be light," what is the one thing that you automatically create? I'm going to give you the answer because there's one thing that this process is not, is interactive. We're looking at how we might make it interactive, but we're not there yet. What is the one thing that you create with that statement? Flicking the light switch and in your own microcosmic way saying, "let there be light." This is what you create. You can see it. There it is. It is an integral part of my coming into existence. If I'm in the light, I have a shadow. Sadly, the modern idiom is to refer to this as the dark side. And the implication behind that is that in some strange way, this is less than desirable. Well, I'm not so sure. Because one of the things that we do seem to need to have in this wonderful magical process of life is something to strive against. Because if there's nothing to strive against, if there is, and one can oversimplify this, if there's nothing to fight against, then what's the point? What's the point? In some strange way, we seem to require something against which we can pit, against which we can test our abilities, against which we can test our magnificence. What is too often referred to as the dark side. Well, I don't have a problem with that. Implicit in the fact that I exist, implicit in the fact that I stand in the light, is my shadow. There it is, on the piece of paper. This is part of me. Now, for so long as I make that shadow bad, for so long as I make that dark side bad, then it is me that is doing it. And that certainly is a much later development in the work that you might care to come and do with me when we arrive at the level of what I call Vista, the third in the triumvirate of courses that I can offer you, Harlequin, Chalice, and Vista. We look at this in depth. Is the shadow bad? Or is it in fact the source of our power? Is it in fact a place that we can go to rest? Is it a place that we can go for revitalization? This shadow. this so-called dark side of ours. Have a think about that. If you would like to communicate with me, you can pick up an email address off the website or even at the bottom of this particular video. I'd love to hear from you. Let's engage. Let's talk about this.